Hello, thank you for joining me today. This is another video tutorial by Amanda Fowler of Inspiring Inkin. Today's video tutorial is a quick Christmas card, and today's Christmas card uses this stamp, which is from the set called For the Birds, and it's got a lovely ice skating bird on it. And we're going to be using the oval framelets and some embossing folders as well. So let's get started. I'm going to start first making the embossed frame, and to do this we're going to use the Big Shot. This is a piece of Bermuda Bay cardstock. I'm going to use the magnetic platform. I'll pop that way. You need a cutting plate. Put your piece of Bermuda Bay cardstock down, and then your oval framelet, and just position it. Now the magnetic plate makes positioning this a breeze because it stays exactly where you put it. Pop another cutting plate over the top and run it through. Then what we're going to do is use the multi-purpose platform so we can emboss. So we're going to take the card that we've just cut and the embossing folder, pop that down and run that through. Going to give us our lovely frame, and then what we're actually going to do is get the magnetic platform out again, and if I just get the original card for you, this here is a brushed silver, and I've made a little frame with it. I hope you can see, and actually if I tilt the card to one side you can actually see that the stamped image is underneath. So in order to make this frame, we're going to use the oval framelets again. So we're going to put a cutting plate down, then our cardstock, and then we're going to put, and I will just double check the sizes. Yeah, that's these two. So I'm going to pop that down. And then I'm going to pop a second one down just inside, and you can just move it so it's sort of evened out. And this will work with any size of framelit, so you can make big frames and smaller frames. And so that's the centre piece. And then what we're going to do is, if I take the framelets away, there you've got a perfect frame to fit on your card. Let me just move the Big Shot out of the way. Now we're going to do some colouring with our little bird stamp. I'm going to use Stays On. Stays On is a permanent ink. It's solvent based. It's really important to use a permanent ink when you're colouring in, because you don't want the design to sort of disappear as you're colouring in. Now we're going to colour in this image using blender pens. I do have a 2-minute tip video tutorial which gives you a bit more information about blender pens, but basically they have some kind of magical solution inside which enables our classic ink to blend and spread, and you can colour in with them. So what you want to do is squash, like this, your ink pad and open it up, and you'll find that there's lots of ink in the lid, and I'm going to use that as a paint palette. And I'm just going to colour in my little bird. And go over the Merry and do a little bit on his scarf, and the ornament. Then if I scribble, I can then use this ink, which is pumpkin pie. So I can just do his beak. And then again scribble. Each time, if you just scribble, you'll be able to clean your blender pen and then you can use the next colour. So then I'm going to use Bermuda Bay. And that's why it's really important to work on some scrap paper or some grid paper. When I'm actually crafting not for videos, I use Stampin' Up's grid paper. Unfortunately, when I use that on the videos, it makes the videos jump. So I'm just using a plain paper here. So there is your lovely bird. Oh, nearly forgot his pom-pom. All coloured in. I'll just move these ink pads away, out of the way, and now we're ready pretty much to assemble our card. I'm going to take a Coastal Cabana card blank, but first I'm going to attach the frame to the embossed piece. Now I'm going to use my trusty Tombow glue, because the embossed piece obviously got raised bits on it. It's much easier to use this. It will stick better. And as you know, if you've watched any of my videos, this is my favourite glue. So I'm just going to pop that down. Then what I'm going to do is just position this on the card, and I'm going to slide underneath my little bird so I can get the positioning right, and then I can move that out. So, oh look, you see, never waste a piece of card. This I always say, always use the emergency side. Well, clearly I did. So let's pop that down there, and then I'm going to use foam pads. Now don't skimp with the foam pads on this. You want it to have a real 3D raised edge. These backings get everywhere. I'm sure my Hoover is filled with them. They seem to float around. Okay, so then this piece goes over the top like so, and there you go. There is your completed quick Christmas card using For the Birds. Thank you very much for stopping by. I'll see you again soon.